Welcome back, everyone. It's the next episode of the journey to EUIC. We're starting today with an online tournament, and I went undefeated all up until the final round, and here I am in game 3 against Reggie's, and I managed to take the win by using Monkey Dory to play some damage counters, breaking Pikachu's ability, and taking the last 2 prize cards, knocking out the Pikachu EX. I was very fortunate in this game to have damage on one of my Pokemon, which allowed me to make this play. But I was bricking pretty hard against this Reggie's deck. And I thought I'd take this opportunity to go through all of my recent online tournament stats. So I believe this was
It's a little squirrel. We don't have these in Australia. Look at the little thing. So cool. So this morning we got the tube to the Marble Arch, but the Marble Arch is under reconstruction at the moment. So we walked just through Hyde Park here, which is enormous. It's a huge park, just keeps going. And we've arrived at the south end of Hyde Park, and across here we'll be able to make our way towards Buckingham Palace and have a look at the old, where the royals live. Looks like past there is Buckingham Palace, but just before we go in, ooh, a candy shop, authentic English candies. Let's check it out. Got some of the Australian Cadbury here. They said they imported these. This is £8 for a Cadbury Marble or Coconut Rough. Oh, and Top Deck. This is my favourite, but £8, that's like $16 a bar. And in Coles you can just get these for $3. Oh, this looks good. Nutty praline crisp. Maybe I'll have to try one of these if I can find it cheaper. We picked up Sour Warhead Blue Raspberry Soda Can. And then this chocolate bar, I haven't tried this one yet. Nutty praline crisp. It's from over here. Maybe it might be good, we'll see. So we are just outside the Queen Victoria Memorial. Stunning statue here. I don't know, maybe this is real gold. Who knows? Anyway, we've got Buckingham Palace at this side. There it is. And if we look through here, look at all the soldiers out the front. Their rifles. Standing at attention. Every so often you'll see them stamp their feet. Protecting the king. Very cool. A better view from here. What an amazing statue. And the castle. Oh, these guys are singing Beatles. So cool. Where's our guardsmen? At attention. It must be real gold here. Just came out of Canary Wharf towards this is the Maritime Museum. Where are we? At Greenwich Maritime Museum. So let's check out some things over here. Just be a tourist for a few more hours and then meet up with some Aussies and get some proper English dinner. This is where we're having dinner, and right next door, a traditional sweet shop.
You're fine. Sticker, pero de sabor agrio. ¿Quiere?
So just outside the candy store, there's all this street food, street markets, and you have to have a look at this. Scotch egg. It looks like a bread roll with an egg inside. Deep fried egg. So you got gravy on yours. This is liquor sauce.
Yes, I did.
On my pie and mash. Just tastes like peas, really. It's not very strong at all. And then jellied eels. We're gonna have a little taste. It's pretty good. It's just like cold fish. It's all cooked, it's great.
We've reached another game store, finished the day with another locals event. They've got heaps of old vintage sealed product here. It's pretty cool. And they also have a huge selection of singles. We ended up going 2 wins and 1 loss this evening. It was a very close match I had against Lugia that I ended up losing. But I had a great time. It was good practice. And you can see here selections of singles. We ended up picking up this Volcanion EX from the new Japanese set, Heatwave Arena or whatever it was called. Oh, it's such a nice looking card. And we picked up a fair few shiny Pokemon as well to take back and try and finish our master sets for the Paldean Fates. These game stores over here in the UK, they're pretty cool. They've got a lot more singles that we don't have in Australia.
Some tight security here at the National Gallery. Shouldn't take too long to get through here. They had some incidents where people were destroying artwork, so security's up really high now.
And we've arrived to the room, which is the real reason I wanted to visit this gallery. This contains all of the Van Gogh paintings, and I'm so excited to look at all of these. It's got a lot of his popular works, but also some works I've never seen before. I've never seen before on social media. So seeing these for the first time is a fantastic experience. He had these ones that were like some crabs and a little village house one, which is nice too. And of course, he's got his main works here. So the sunflowers, which is just so much better to see in person. There's so much texture on the card. There's a lot of texture. Did I say on the card? I meant on the painting. There's so much texture. This one here he painted while he was a patient in the mental asylum, and he used to stare out the window painting what he saw outside. And these are a few Monet paintings. Monet is also a fantastic artist. I like their art. And if you really appreciate Pokemon art and all the special art cards, especially like the Shinji Kanda, Roy Moon or Giratina V, then you'll really appreciate some of the great artists that you'll see in this National Art Gallery in London. I think my favourite would have to be the Monet painting with the snow and the forest. But also I do like this one with the Van Gogh little cottages, and I also like the sunflower Van Gogh and the one that he painted looking out at the grass from the mental asylum. Yeah, it's just some fantastic artwork. I'm really glad that they let you get so close up and personal to be able to see these. So the way that he did his sunflowers, the background, the cream background actually has a pattern to it, and you don't notice it from photos. You have to actually see it in person. But he sort of has like a left and a right brush stroke across the entire background. And then the sunflowers themselves, the paint stroke contour follows the shape of each object. So each petal has a contour following the shape of the petal when he strokes the brush. And then the background's got this cool pattern. And it's just amazing to see in person. So I recommend anyone who goes to London definitely check out the Van Gogh artworks or the rest of his artwork, which is in Paris in the Louvre, which I believe in that museum or art gallery there.
This queue is a mile long to get into the M&M store, but we're actually moving quite quickly and I should be in there pretty soon. This is going to be so awesome to see a store that just sells M&M things. And then across there is the Lego store that I saw on the first day. But I've already been to the Lego store in another city, so I might leave that at the moment and just visit the M&M store. But look, they've got Big Ben made of entirely out of Lego. That's so cool. I'm right at the front of the queue, just about to get inside. It feels pretty magical to be in here. Peanut chocolate.
Yeah, I think whatever you find, mate, it's gonna be expensive. Okay, mate. Do you want me to hold that for you? No? Okay, put that.
Milk chocolate. dispenser. It's very cool. The M&M's.
So you can barely see it, but there's 3 faces on this M&M are printed. I'm going to be sending those back to Australia to give to my little brothers, and it's actually me and my little brother's faces on the M&Ms. So all in the same day, we've managed to do the art gallery, the M&M store, and arriving now in Kensington to the Natural History Museum. Right off the bat, entering in the front door, in front entrance, there are enormous skeletons of ancient prehistoric creatures and modern animals too, but here's Great Tusk, which is the mammoth. And then we've got an iguanodon over here as well. So a lot of dinosaurs. I was really excited to see the dinosaur skeletons. We don't get a lot of dinosaur stuff in Australia. There's one Muttaburrasaurus in the Brisbane Museum. And then there's a very small collection of like dinosaur teeth and claws and fossil ammonites and fish and stuff, but we don't have skeletons complete and a huge collection the way that the Natural History Museum does here in Kensington. And they put a cool display of an animatronic Tyrannosaurus Rex, so this is cool to see as well. But they had just about every dinosaur I wanted to see. I didn't get to see a pterodactyl or a pterosaur, so any sort of flying dinosaur, but they had a lot of the aquatic ones. They had the sauropods, which are the long necks, a lot of raptor and tyrannosaurus type ones, the carnivores, and they had the stegosaurus, triceratops, ankylosauruses. So here's the velociraptors, and then this appears to be a big stegosaurus, I believe, unless it's a different type of stegosaurus species. You can see the plates along its back and the spiked tail, so it should be a stegosaurus. They've actually got heaps of stegosaurus skeletons in this museum too. And this appears to be not a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but a smaller type of Tyrannosaurus, so maybe like a Carnosaur or something like that. And then here's an iguanodon again. So you can tell it's an iguanodon because of the thumb, the disposable thumbs. They use that for gripping things, and they're not actually carnivorous. They eat vegetables. There's a Triceratops. You can see the little model down the side. That's what it would look like if it was still alive. And this is some type of sauropod. So the museum is not big enough to fit the giant, enormous brachiosauruses and that sort of stuff. So this must be a smaller type of sauropod. And some dodos. They had a lot of stuffed taxidermed animals as well, which is interesting to see. And then as I'm leaving the museum, we walk past an enormous Stegosaurus skeleton as well. And now we've arrived at the London XL Centre. We're going to be picking up our competitors kit, signing up, and just getting a feel of the stadium.
I don't think there's any way you could fit 4,000 people in this room. They must be opening up more of this tomorrow. But let's pick up our badge and welcome kit.
Got to finish the day with a hearty pub feed.
Just doing a quick recap of Thursday. I did a lot more touristy things today and then managed to go past the XL Centre at the very end and pick up my competitors kit for the EUIC. So I'll start with what I went to the National Art Gallery. As you can see, this is all Van Gogh style of books and the highlights, and his artwork is just spectacular up close. It's just incredible, and I loved every second I got to spend in there. There were some other great artworks too, but just, yeah, the way Van Gogh actually does his paintings, it's not just the picture you're looking at, it's also the way he made the paintings, the brush strokes, the angles that he used. Like it all, even he probably didn't even realize it, but like the angles he was using for some of his brush strokes tell a story of his life. And wasn't his intention, but that's just how it can be interpreted. So I picked up this, which is a book about how he came to create this piece of artwork, the sunflowers, and then the highlights of the gallery, which is just like all the cool artworks you can pick up in there. Then I went to the M&M store and didn't realize how many floors there were. I went to the first floor and just grabbed this pick and mix, which is like £10, and you can just like put whatever ones in you want in. So I picked minis. These big ones have got like salted caramel, they're new. And then in the top I've filled it up with crispy and minis. Just kind of fun. It's not like good value or anything, but this one was cool. This is an M&M that they can print stuff on, and I've managed to get, you wouldn't be able to tell, but I've managed to print myself and my two brothers' faces onto here. So you can barely see a face there, and there's one there and one there. But if you're holding it real close, you can actually see it. And my little brothers would be able to see it. When I take this back to Australia, they're going to love it. So, it's not M&M's, it's Jamo, Jackson's, and Alexander's. And then what else did I get? Okay, so I went to the Natural History Museum. That was great. I didn't want to buy any touristy stuff from there because it was just like plushes of dinosaurs, but they had so many cool dinosaurs. And then after that, I went past this place and got some fancy Italian chocolates. Like, these were pretty expensive, but they're really good. Really, really good. I do love chocolate, but this is the kind of chocolate where you'd have just one after dinner. You wouldn't eat the whole block. Like, this is just so rich. You could only ever have like one at a time. And then EUIC. So, the competitors kit. because of the cool hat. I'm going to be a hat guy now. I'm going to wear this hat this whole weekend. It's great. Terrestrial rim. We get a deck box with the Wellspring Ogerpon on it. It's alright. It does say EUIC on it. And we get that's my lanyard. And here's my deck sleeves. Yeah, I can't show you a picture of my lanyard, or else I won't be able to get it if someone copies it. And we get this pin and the playmat, which looks like this. And it's a really cool playmat. So that was that. And they also give you a promo card, which is Buddy Buddy Puffin with Europe International Championships on it. It's literally just the play stamp one. They give out at promo play events. But that IC stamp. Heaps of people asking me to sell them that. And I would not sell it, but I'm also interested to find out how much it's worth, because it's an IC promo and very playable. And I ended up buying this from someone who went to the Pokemon Center. It's just a dice set. Coins markers, damage counter dice from EUIC. And usually I don't buy this stuff secondhand. Like someone who sits outside the Pokemon Center is selling it for markup. But I really wanted to take something back from this trip from the Pokemon Center at EUIC while I am here. So I grabbed this dice and marker set, and I'll probably end up using this when I get back to Australia, but not on the day. So this is going to be fun to use. Anyway, that is my end of Thursday. Going to get a good night's sleep, and bright and early tomorrow, straight into day one. No mistakes. Have some good rounds, good matchups. Yeah, no mistakes. Good night's sleep. All right. Peace out, guys. See you in the next episode.